Hello, everybody, and welcome to Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Rogue's Leader 2, whatever. We're on level 4, and I just have to ask you guys, remember all the good impressions you guys had up to this point?
Oh yeah, this game seems alright.
Do you guys remember what happened to Alderaan?
It exploded.
Yeah! Why do you think I just asked that?
Because I think this game's about to implode on itself.
Because you just
Pretty
destroyed a planet.
Jordan, I thought you were supposed to stop doing that, man.
You're supposed to be a cool guy.
I'm sorry, just Samus was too much of a bad influence on me. But anyway, this level is quite long, and this is literally the level where the game, like you said, Will, implodes on itself. There's a lot in this level that is it shows all the problems you're going to have for like the rest of this game.
I like that planet in
and-
the background, like from the shot earlier. It looked pretty nice.
You go onto, I think, an asteroid. I don't really think it's a planet.
Okay, we got an asteroid belt. You know what? I vaguely recall this. I recall a level in an asteroid belt. But I also might be thinking of Star Fox 64. I can't really tell.
At first you might think it's like Star Fox 64, but it's not. Yeah, so see, that is your secondary weapon, right? Every ship has a secondary weapon. This is, I guess, the Rebels' equivalent to a bomber.
Right.
So, but the good news is that, like, the bombs actually replenish after a set amount of time. So now we're getting hit by TIE fighters.
I gotta ask, is there a boot hidden among this
What do you mean?
asteroid field?
A boot?
A boot. Do you guys know what I'm getting at?
Is this like a pun?
No, so...
Are you trying to tell me some weird joke?
So, in The Empire Strikes Back, there was... I think they removed it, but there was always a rumor that one of the graphics guys who worked on it got ticked off while working on the movie, so he threw in a boot in the asteroid field scene. And, you know, it sort of just blended in with everything, but it was there.
Wait, in The Force Awakens or in the old
in The
ones?
Empire Strikes Back, the fifth movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think since like the original theatrical release, they removed it. But that's sort of like one of those like movie rumors that has been around since like, I don't know, since the movies come out.
Man, you got
I've never
Snopes.
seen it, but
Yeah, so here's the problem with this right now. There's a crap load of fighters. You are literally in the worst ship in the game, and you have to deal with all of them. Meanwhile, because in Star Fox, if somebody's like gaining on you or behind you or trying to shoot you, you can like somersault your way out of it. There's no such thing in this game.
Right.
So
Well, it's a different type of game,
literally,
right? Like it's working in these sort of bigger level. Like the Star Fox's levels where you would somersault around are all very like they're pretty small, so you kind of need to be able to do that.
Yeah,
but
the thing about this game though is like literally the only reason why the only way to get out of when they're locked onto you like this is literally like to wiggle and pray that they end up just losing interest.
Right. I know that
And because
you can.
Sorry, go.
I know that you can. That like in this level or in this game, like there are times where you can sort of choose between ships before you go in. Is that dictated by like? Does that only happen after you beat it or something? Or
No, some levels have certain ships you can use. In this one, it's literally like you have to use this piece of crap.
right?
And it's like I said, it's the worst ship you could possibly use. And if you're getting like a swarm of TIE fighters on you, like there is no way you're going to be able to fight all this crap.
can you lock on at all, Jordan? Because like it looks like you're pretty
No.
much just like free firing. Oh God.
Well, there's a cursor.
it-
there's a reticle.
But you can, it doesn't lock. You can, and in environments like this where everything is literally black or dark gray, trying to find the enemy is annoying, and everything moves. And like I think you can notice like those are the really fast TIE fighters, so good luck trying to catch up to them. Yeah, so it's actually this level is really hard right off the bat for really stupid reasons, and of course, there's a whole bunch of them, and then this isn't even the hard part of the level. So we're gonna see that in a bit because
It's interesting because like there's a lot of detail in this level, and I think that's what sort of attributes to the fact that it's so difficult to locate the TIE fighters. Yeah, but there is this orange scanner that helps. But the problem is, I think what really gives you the advantage in this level is having the third person view, so that you can sort of see if you're being tailed.
I mean, the game.
It gives you an advantage. It gives you an advantage in that respect, but honestly, considering how like all you really have to do is literally wiggle and then sort of get them off your tail, it doesn't even matter. And like here, I'm just trying to figure out where the last guy is, because I know there's like one more, and trying to find him is like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah, that seems really annoying for sure.
It is really annoying. And of course now the big ships are coming, and you can't really do crap against the big ships either.
Right.
And of course there's even more TIE fighters coming.
The whole like people getting stuck or like lost in the background is actually, I mean, it's a problem this game has from the beginning, right? Like the Death Star has that too. The Death Star is dark gray and black. Which is why the targeting computer is there. I think this obviously doesn't seem great, but I think the developers here probably recognize that, and that's why they're harp on the targeting computer so much, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, and I do realize that, and I realize like that's why the targeting computer is there. But the problem was that like in the first 3 levels, even with like the Death Star level, like there was enough of a contrast between what was going on and what you could see that you could sort of see what like where the TIE fighters are, because it's literally like black background. Oh god. Okay, let me start getting into this part actually. And sorry, let me finish what I was saying. Like in the first 3 levels, it was designed well enough that you could see where all the enemies are. Here, not so much. Now, what's going on here is like they just told me to use the ion cannons and to disable all those shield generators. Now, I thought the ion cannons were the bombs we were just using.
Sure.
They aren't.
Okay.
What are the ion cannons, Jordan?
We'll figure that out, because I want you guys to figure it out at the moment I do.
Are they your regular shot?
No. Okay. They are not your regular shot. They are not your bombs. And literally all you're told is use your ion cannons. I'm just like, what's an ion cannon? I literally have no idea what it is.
Like,
so sorry, go on.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, is it something that you have to like switch, like on your control on your controller? Like sorry, I'm trying to say, like, is it like a toggle? Like toggle one of the buttons so that you can use.
Listen, you got to unplug your first from your first slot, put it into your second slot. That gets you the second.
This is getting all Kojima up in here.
Like this entire time, I'm trying to figure out like what am I supposed to do, and I do remember specifically playing this game as a kid and wondering what am I supposed to do. It's like there's no indication on what you're supposed to do here until you die.
Go to Game Facts.
Yeah, that's the answer.
Yeah, basically. Actually, in one instance, I actually did that because that level did not indicate its win object, like its mission, like its win condition. Now here you're telling you to do stuff, you have no clue how to do it, and because of that, you don't really know your win condition.
Oh,
you're in a crappy ship.
Did you do something?
And nope. And yeah, you're basically screwed. Also, there's a time limit on how long you have to take to sort of fulfill every requirement for your mission. But it does not tell you what that is. It just sort of arbitrarily ends whenever it wants.
Wait, there's a time limit?
Yeah.
It doesn't... Oh, man, that's Superman 64 levels of bullshit.
Yeah, like, literally, like, for most of the mission objectives, there is a time limit, and you have no clue on what that time limit is. It just literally just sort of... It just sort of happens, and then so, like, oh, the mission's over. See? There you go.
Oh, man. That is
what?
Pretty annoying.
Yeah,
Fish and
watch
mail.
this. Watch this.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
At no point did they ever mention that, and literally every other ship does not have a charged weapon.
Yeah, I can see why you wouldn't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
like I said, this level this level's indicative of a whole bunch of problems with this game that it just, in terms of design, it feels like a completely different game from here on in.
Oh boy.
Well.
Yeah, I got like 3 of them chasing me.
Gee, the guy's
so,
good shot,
yeah,
but he just flew right into that shield generator.
and survived. But yeah, I should note here that from this point on, this playthrough is actually going to be heavily edited because there were so many problems with this game in terms of how it's designed and how I had to sort of just figure it out. I ended up dying a lot.
We appreciate you not making us suffer with you.
Dude, this level took me like nearly an hour
Oh God.
to beat. Yeah.
I want to know what comes next. I need to know
so
what
you-
comes next.
Wait, did you just beat
Here
the
you go.
part of the level?
That part.
It looked like
And
it
now
just
there's a-
faded out.
Yeah, well, you disable like 3 of them, and then suddenly, you're free to go through to this little prison planet asteroid thing. Although it's space, so I don't really know why they didn't just just breeze right by the shield generator.
Because science.
Well, they need their ships there, right?
So here's another thing. Remember how we were going on about? I was just going on about the whole. It's not really clear what I'm supposed to be doing right now with the ion cannons.
Sure.
Now this is where it becomes really counterintuitive, and and you'll see in a second why. Because right now you have to kill the guard towers, and right now there's there's a bunch of prisoners who escaped, and you have to try to help them escape. Now they're on a train. Trying to see this train on this level is actually pretty hard, and you can easily miss it because it's really, really small. Although I should note that Rob Paulson is one of those prisoners. So it's
of course. I mean, that guy's in everything.
Yeah, but it's it's a Ninja Turtle.
I mean, it's also Yakko. It's also a second Ninja Turtle.
Yes.
I love how that tower still was perfectly intact, even though your ship
Yeah.
ran right into it.
Yeah, and this is where I figure out, so the bombs that I tried to use before and didn't work now are the only way to kill the guard towers.
Wait, but you did use them before. Or rather, you didn't use them on these before.
Yeah, but I used them on the other thing and they didn't do anything. And of course, this is another thing with the time limit. The time limit ran out, so...
Okay. You know what, though, Jordan? I think
Yeah?
that one might be on you. I'm gonna say. I think I saw those and I saw that you weren't doing any damage with the regular laser, and I was like, he probably needs to use a bomb on that.
Yeah, but I was I had spent several tries, 1 or 2 tries trying to use the bombs.
Oh
and
yeah,
it didn't work. So
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
You know what's a
So
good...
also you have to bomb things while the TIE fighters are chasing you, which is really fun. Not. And of course you have. Yeah.
Story-wise, where are we? What planet is this? Is this somehow connected with the movies, or?
I have no idea. It's probably expanded universe stuff, but it's never really clear when or what exactly is going on and when the time limit happens, except when it's related to what happens in the movies.
Right. I mean, what do you suppose? Did they say is there a mission debrief of hey, all the X-Wing games and the TIE Fighter games would go before you went into a mission, there'd be a whole debrief, it'd be Admiral Akbar being okay, here's what we need to do, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Do they give you any
they
of
do
that?
that.
Any of that context?
Yeah, they do. But the problem is, they did not even mention all this crap. They literally just say, there's a prison place. We need to go save these guys in the Y-wing, and you have really no other information in that sense. See, that's the train, and it's so easy to miss. I actually found that, when I was playing, I found that by accident. I have never seen it before.
But it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's you're just blowing up the stuff around it. The fact that the train is there doesn't really have any bearing on you playing the game.
It does,
it?
because
It's sort of the time
it does
limit.
because it's not the time limit. It's the fact that it shows you where you're supposed to go. If you see that little targeting computer, I have no clue where I have to go between the left, right, and the center. So it shows you like where you're supposed to go, and I think I might have lost track of it here.
Yep.
But so it makes this level even more confusing.
Right.
Because there's a whole lot of places you can go on, like this asteroid or whatever it is, but like where exactly do you go? Where's the ship? Because you have to go defend it. So, and I don't think it shows up on your targeting computer either. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a really unclear objective because there we go. There's a train. But it's an unclear objective, and then you have to sort of deal with certain things in a certain time limit, and you have no idea what that time limit is.
Yeah,
and
that
also your bombs
seems
are limited.
super annoying.
It is super annoying, and of course the fact that you have to ration your bombs because you have to kill like all these different things, and they only die from bombs. Oh yeah, and by the way, you will never ever use that ion cannon thing again.
You know what's a good Star Wars game? Lego
X-Wing.
Star Wars. Oh.
Lego Star Wars is good. Not Lego Star Wars
which-
3. Lego Star Wars 3 is terrible.
Oh, was that bad? Ah.
It's really bad. I bought it on sale, like I think when Blockbuster was going out of business.
The good
And
old days.
even though I only paid $20 for it, was like, this is garbage.
Oh.
It
Was that the
sucks.
one that took place during the Clone Wars?
Yeah, that's all Clone War stuff, which is fine. The big problem with it is that there's all this like weird tower defense stuff in it, where you're like constructing towers and breaking down other people's towers. It's like sort of this weird like RTS kind of thing. It's just like, it's really bad. It's super frustrating and not fun, which is too bad because actually that game, I don't know if the other Lego games do this, but that game introduced this like movable split screen thing that happens, which is pretty interesting, where like if you're playing co-op, the split screen will actually like move based on how close you guys are to each other, which is kind of an interesting little thing.
Right. When they introduced that mechanic, it was cool.
Yeah.
So we finally finished this level.
You actually did pretty
Yay.
well. I mean, I guess not enough to get a medal.
Yeah, but I was winging it the entire time. That's the first time I've ever beaten that level, because I could never beat it as a kid.
Or could you say you were winging it the entire time?
Oh, God.